Okay, bueno, mi gente, Calix Boxing here. Adrien Broner is the topic tonight, and I keep seeing the articles and the videos. Where's Adrien Broner go from here? What's Adrien Broner gonna do? Adrien Broner. Look, Adrien Broner will be fine. I guarantee you that. Just look at the boxing business. Um, Adrien Broner said something truthful in his post-fight interview when he said, I'm gonna fight in a big fight again. All these people are going to come out to see me again, and don't worry about it. I'm going to be in a big fight again. And he's right. He's right. Whether you like it or not, he's right. Being that he's a named fighter who's vulnerable, so he's going to have the shark circling and circling and circling coming to fight, and Hammond's going to continue to give him the fights because at this point he's a guy who Hammond is comfortable cashing out. He's a guy who has shown that he's going to continue to lose to elite fighters. So why not serve up? Why, if you're Al Haymon, why not serve up more of your elite fighters to Adrien Broner for him to lose to give your elite fighter a name on his resume? Look, it's like when Zab Judah, when guys figured out Zab Judah was vulnerable. Zab Judah built up his name. Looked super talented, and he was super talented, but there was a flaw there. There were deficiencies, and once guys realized that Zab Judah's a front runner, and Zab Judah fades late in fights, Zab Judah kept losing fights to elite fighters, but guess what? Zab Judah kept getting in big fights because guys realized I can get a big name on my resume. I can draw a crowd, especially in New York. And, I could have Zab Judah on my resume as a win. And Zab Judah kept getting the big fights and big fights and big fights. And, he's raking in the money and getting big fights even though he's losing. And it's going to be the same thing with Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner, would you be surprised to see Adrien Broner in the ring? Look, everybody wants to see Terence Crawford versus Mikey Garcia now. Everybody wants to see it. I'd love to see that fight. One of the best fights to be made in boxing. I hope they make it tomorrow. But guess what? We'd probably see Terence Crawford versus Adrien Broner before we saw Terence Crawford versus Mikey Garcia. That's just how the boxing business works. It only makes sense that Terence Crawford and Mikey Garcia win their fights, and Terence Crawford fights Mikey Garcia next. But guess what? That's not how boxing works. Terence Crawford would get Adrien Broner, the loser of the fight, next. That's boxing politics. No matter who the promoter is, no matter who the manager is, it always seems to work this way. So would you be surprised to see Adrien Broner versus Horn in Australia? Would you be surprised to see Adrien Broner versus Keith Thurman, or get a rematch with Porter, or get a rematch or fight Danny Garcia? Would you be surprised to see any of this? No, and it's going to happen. Adrien Broner is going to get. Look, I'd love to see Adrien Broner matched well against average fighters who come at him and allow Adrien Broner to do what he does well, and it's exciting fights. But that's not what we're going to get. We'll get that here and there, but then Adrien Broner is going to go up against an elite fighter, make some money, and lose the fight. Rinse and repeat. So Adrien Broner is going to be fine at the end of the day. That's my whole point here, is you don't worry about Adrien Broner. He's going to make his money. He's going to continue to get big fights because he's vulnerable. He's a vulnerable fighter. He's not an elite fighter, but he has an elite name. So that sets him up, business-wise, perfectly in the boxing game. Anytime your name exceeds your talent, anytime your name exceeds your resume, you're going to be fine in the game, in the boxing game. You're going to get as many fights as you want. Guys are going to be knocking at your door all the time. All the time. Especially if you have the same manager slash promoter. Al Haymon's going to feed him to a lot of these elite guys in the next couple of years. So Broner will be fine. I see these videos. Will Broner be a champion again? Will Broner be getting big fights again? He's going to be fine, dude. He's going to have plenty of opportunities to be a champion. Plenty. Don't worry about that. So Broner will get big fights again, man. Don't worry about it. Peace.